Well, good afternoon. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. We're so glad that you can join us today here in Pennsylvania. It's a humid day today. It's probably in the mid-90s. But we're out here in the vegetable garden today. We're out here in our potato patch, and if you take a look here, I have two rows that are about 30 feet apart. And as you can see, I have a soaker hose that I use it for irrigation for the potatoes. And so what I do is I grow my potatoes about 12 inches on center, about 4 inches deep. Then you cover them with soil, and then when they get about 12 inches high, then you want to hill up your potatoes with your dirt. Here I use the combination of wood chips and compost here. That system has worked real well for me. And so I think this year is going to be a great harvest in potatoes. And what I grew here this year was red Norland potatoes. And so you can tell that once these plants die back, as you can see, that it's now harvest time. And so I thought, well, let's take a minute here and see if we can dig up a few of these potatoes here. And I have this basket here that I always use for my potatoes. And so here's a plant right here that's dead. And so why don't we see what we have underground here. Here's a few here. There's another one. There's a few little ones. You always get a variety of size. Oftentimes the smaller ones I just put right in my mouth and eat them. And then we have over here part of the plant. Got a few more bigger ones. There's another red Norland. I love the red Norlands. They're really great for mashed potatoes. You know, we love our mashed potatoes because being we're plant-based here, we don't put any of the fats on them and bacon bits and sour cream. We just maybe a little bit of garlic in them, and they're just so tasty and delicious. And when I'm digging down through the soil here and to get to these potatoes down on the bottom, it kind of reminds me of discovering truth, today in the medical system and in the nutritional field. There's so much false information today, so many lies out there, a lot of myths out there floating around. And in fact, we're just overwhelmed and drowning in false information today. But it just reminds me of digging through the layers and until we finally get down to where nuggets of truth are, and nuggets of gold. And so, these to me are considered gold. I don't know what you consider gold, but I do love my potatoes. They're full of starch and carbohydrates that are very healthy for us. And so that's the way it's been for me, is in discovering the truth in the nutrition field. It's taken a lot of research and study for me to learn what the truth is and the benefits of a whole food plant-based diet. And so we have about probably 1.5 pounds of potatoes here that I thought, well, maybe why don't we take a walk up to the outdoor workstation, and we'll wash these up. And I have a little bit of information that I would like to share with you. These are canna lilies. These are beautiful colors, the bright brilliant red, and the leaves. There's a nursery nearby where I buy those for $4 a plant, and then you can dig them up in the fall and put them down your basement, and then you can plant them again next year. And so they help draw the hummingbird. And so we're just going to work our way up here to the outdoor workstation. Follow me up here, where I have my hose turned on already. This basket's really been a great use because you can just keep all your potatoes in there and just move them around, and they kind of clean themselves up. As you can see, the nice harvest of potatoes just keeps all the dirt outside. And this basket's nice and sturdy. It's got easy handles, and in fact, if you want some more information, there's the link provided for the basket. So let's take a walk up here behind the workbench, and I'd just like to take a few minutes and share some of the benefits of these little nuggets of gold. And so let's go over some of the health benefits of the humble potato, because it's been so maligned by the industries. Potatoes are a very popular food source. Unfortunately, most people eat potatoes in the form of greasy French fries or potato chips, and even baked potatoes are typically loaded down with fats such as butter, sour cream, melted cheese, and bacon bits. Such treatment can make even baked potatoes a potential contributor to a heart attack. But take away the extra fat and deep frying, a baked potato is an exceptionally healthful, low-calorie, high-fiber food that offers significant protection against cardiovascular disease and cancer. Potatoes are a very good source of vitamin B6 and a good source of potassium, copper, vitamin C, magnesium, phosphorus, niacin, and dietary fiber. The single potato will also provide you with over 3 grams of fiber. But remember, the fiber in potatoes is mostly in their skin. If you want the cholesterol lowering, colon cancer preventing, and bowel supportive effects of fiber, be sure to eat the potato's flavorful skin as well as its creamy center. And so I hope this information has been helpful for you. We just love our potatoes, they're so healthy. We love our starches, and we typically eat about a 70% starch diet with green and yellow vegetables and fruits. And so we just love our whole food, plant-based lifestyle. It's been the benefits for me and my family and my wife and daughters have been truly amazing. And so we're again so thankful that you can join me here today. If you would like to, please subscribe, because we hopefully have some future videos to come. And we just want to thank you for joining me today. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.